Hey everyone, welcome to Hope Survival YouTube. Thanks for joining in. Today I'm videoing from offsite, and I'm here with the guy you may recognize, Brother Otis. And we hooked up here in the North Georgia mountains near Chicamauga. And Brother Otis, thanks as always. Tell them why we're here and what we're doing.
We're teaching some survival classes and some information type classes at a local church who is practicing the Feast of Tabernacles Sukkot, and that particular feast is based off of camping in tents for a week and practicing the traditions that the Old Testament teaches you about survival. So we've been going through some of that. We've been using a friend of ours, one of his books, and using that as part of a guideline we've done a couple years in a row, so we're following up with that. Can we say his name? Yeah, Brother Jason Hunt's book. We've been using a couple of his books to help, and we've been teaching several different classes. One of the classes we taught, because of this is actually the 1 year anniversary, I guess you would say, of the Hurricane Helene. Brother B and I both were involved in it in two different ways. It affected him at his home base, where it affected me as a refugee because I was stuck in it. And so we taught two different aspects on that. We taught some mutual assistance group type classes, because you have to have community to survive, things like this. Even as simple as losing your job, it helps to have a community. Natural disasters, you got to have a community. Even if it's a big event, you got to have community. We taught, yeah, even a sickness,
car wreck, injury,
anything. It can be so simple, but having a chain of a community to help makes the impact on any one family a lot less to help another family. And then we did some comms classes. We even got real fortunate last night and did some NVGs. We had so much fun out here in the dark, playing with some of our new gear, getting it out. So we've had a real good time. Learned a lot, worshiped a lot, shared a lot with some families. Had a good time. Had some pretty in-depth conversations biblically. So faith first. Always remember that.
positive or negative,
Yeah, always.
this week, what would you say has been the most eye-opening to you?
You set me up.
Nah,
Um,
just general observation. Your opinion, because they hear it from me.
Yeah, enthusiasm and participation, it to me is always a big thing. You have a small percentage who are all into it, who actually put forth a very large effort and participate. You have some that are just middle of the road, and then you have some that don't really participate at all. So
do you think those who don't participate, do you think it's because they are like the average who believes that if and when an event occurs, I will go somewhere else and buy what I need, or go somewhere else and stay, or I already know that, you can't tell me anything about preparedness I don't already know? Or
I believe it's a mixture of all that. I do. I think it's a mixture of all that. I think a lot of people think that they're still going to have time just to go to a Costco or a Walmart or a Sam's and stock up. Well, I'm here to tell you, we were stranded in Hendersonville last year during Hurricane Helene. Number one, you couldn't go anywhere because the roads were impassable. They wouldn't let you go. All the electricity was down, so unless you had cash, you weren't buying anything except at the 5% of stores that would still open that even would accept cash. Of all the stores around us, there was only two, and you had to walk to them because of all the traffic and the mudslides and the down trees and everything. And then the people that had just run out of fuel that were blocking the roads. So you had to walk. And then for safety measures, it kind of got a little interesting there on Friday, Saturday. by Saturday afternoon out on a Friday morning event. So I don't, my mentality, I guess, is to stay left of Bang.
Yeah.
And be ahead of the curve before it ever happens, so that I can see things. That way, when it does happen, I can be far right, on my reactivity. I think a lot of people still think they're going to have the availability, and they haven't ever been in that situation to know that if you do even get to, you're going to be in a bad crowd. It's going to get hairy quick. And I think a lot of people are just saying, yeah, I know you do it, so I'm just going to show up at your house. I got news for them. I'm not going to be at my house. So I got plans around that.
So from a faith spiritual scripture perspective, talking about the same individuals in general, in the message yesterday that we heard that was presented by one of the brothers here, there's 150 different chapters of scripture referencing being prepared.
Yes.
So
at this particular event, every morning there is a men's devotional, and they have it divided to where each day it's a different man giving his devotion. And yesterday the gentleman talked about groups and the need for preparedness based off of spiritual and biblical references. And he had done the homework, and there are 150 chapters in the Bible on preparedness and why you need to prepare. It was very fascinating, the amount of time and detail he had put into his devotion. It was very good.
So if you're a person of faith and you hear it being taught, there's 150 references.
150 chapters. That's a lot of verses. Preparedness and end time events.
How could you still be of the mindset of I'm not going to prepare?
I don't have to,
because the Lord will provide.
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
look at what he told Joseph.
Bring me a pizza.com. It's not going to happen.
No, not going to happen a bit.
Why are people still hesitant? Why do you think? Lazy? Just
lazy, don't care, don't want to put forth the effort.
Not reading their scripture.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of it.
Following.
How many people are actually in their scripture every day? How many people pray and meditate every day? How many are actually looking for guidance from above? I think we all fall short. We all need to do it more, and I think that will be a big thing that will help. I think a lot of it boils down to people getting in the monotony of their daily routine and not making the time or the effort, thinking, oh, it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay, or they just don't care. I was in a preparedness class one time by a gentleman with Black Dog Survival School, and he told us, he said, look, if you don't want to do the effort, if you don't want to put forth and it's not that much money, you can budget it and do it in small increments, but if you don't want to put forth the money and the time, and it's more time consuming than money, he said, then leave, don't even stay for my class. He said, go on vacation. He said, you'll be dead in the first 3 days, but that's fine. Some people make that decision that they don't want to be a part of it. I want to survive and help rebuild this country back to the biblical, scriptural-based country that it was once, and that hopefully it can be again. And I feel that that's what the good Lord has asked me to do.
You still, though, what you set and over a period of months and years of doing this, you still, in the back of your mind, it's still like a tickler of what is it they don't get?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
And I guess I guess it's that way with everything in life. You know, some people get it, some people don't. It just clicks, and then some people are later for it to click. But I mean, in this ball game, time is everything. So it amazes me how they don't get it, especially when there's 150 chapters.
yeah.
That's a lot of verses.
And
I wish I knew them all. Maybe I can get him to help us and we can reference it somehow, but that's a lot.
A lot of them, you know, but I find it interesting too when you look at the broad spectrum of the number of people that we know who are into preparedness. How many of them are former business owners or current business owners? And it's like, okay, what was either presented to you or when did it click for you that you're moving ahead with your preparedness and trying to sound the alarm to help others, and then they're getting further and further behind, and it comes to a point to where, you know what, you've tried to help as many people as you can, and it's like, man, I don't want to have to sit here and explain this for 3 or 4 more hours because you've exhausted me. Right? It's like
I understand. Of course, your ball game and platform is a lot bigger than mine, so I definitely have a lot of respect for you and all that you do for people. But even in my smaller effort that I do, you get frustrated, you get tired, you know, from trying to help people, you know, and they just a lot of times they just don't get it. But my daddy told me a long time ago, you can save one life, you got to keep trying. So I have always tried to keep going, even though sometimes it gets awful frustrating. But it's like at this particular event, we have rescheduled the 4 days we've been here. The whole because of weather, we've rescheduled every day the events that we were going to do because it has rained every day. It went the whole month of September, didn't rain at all, and then it wants to rain the whole time we're doing our event, and it is so muddy and nasty. We were going to try and do a rock throwing class, and we're not going to be able to because where we normally do it at, I almost got stuck today in the mud, and it's just not safe. I drove my truck over there and it got a little squirrely. I had to put it in 4-wheel drive just to get back out, and it would not be safe to go over there and do that. So it's almost like something is, you know, fighting against you a little bit, even on the natural spectrum.
yeah.
But
I was telling
but
you
we
that,
kept doing it. We kept teaching. Even last night, we were doing the in night vision class in the rain. So,
and I was telling you this morning that I had
a gut feeling.
a gut feeling
Yeah.
last night was that needed to cancel the range day.
Because somebody was going to get hurt.
Someone was going to get hurt.
And I agree. It is way too muddy. The facility that we're using has been having some personal issues and didn't have time to go mow that pasture to the short length that they normally do. So the grass over there is like 8 inches tall, and it is just way too many obstacles and way too unsafe at the moment to do what we normally do on the range time. And so we're just going to have to cancel, and it really hurts me because a lot of these people don't even get any time to do it other than at this event, and I usually do it with them every year. But maybe we can work it out where we can do it another day.
That's kind of scary in itself.
That's the only time that they get to practice. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Well,
but
especially new people to the skill.
Yeah, that don't get to. And not all of them are newbies. Some of them are advanced, but newbies need more than 1 day a year for range time. You know, you need to try and dedicate more time than that. You need to have that muscle memory. It needs to be a second, you know, just a second reaction where you don't even have to think. But not everybody gets the same opportunity. I mean, I grew up doing it. I've been doing it, you know, since I was 8 years old. But not everyone gets that same opportunity.
So you're being tasked. We'll say you're being tasked with sitting down with the host and scheduler of this event. And I'm asking you because for other people who may say, you know what, I want to do this with my group of people. What would be one or two lessons learned, observations from this week would you share with them that may help other people in either putting it together? I don't think there's anything you can really say about where this event's at, because on a good day it pretty much offers you everything.
Yeah, I mean,
it's out in nowhere. It's beautiful. The land's awesome.
We'll spin the camera around and give you a little show, of where we're at geographically. But we have this facility is a really nice facility. One of the things, though, like the range that we normally use is a pasture that's in a little valley. It's nice and quiet. It's safe. There's plenty of backdrops to shoot into. But we didn't go ahead of time and make sure that it had been mowed. That's one of the things that we should have done even before we knew it was going to rain for 5 days. One of the things that we've done is we have a schedule of events that's posted in the mess hall, and we can change it daily as the events have had to change. So I always suggest having your schedule posted where everybody can see it. Because I've been at events previously where events or classes got changed, rescheduled, and nobody told you. You didn't know. So you're trying to find, classroom 4F, and classroom 4F's vacant. The class that was there got moved, and now it's down the hall in 3C, and you didn't know that. So having a schedule, having it posted, and then having somebody nightly address it and make sure that everything is still available and in the correct slot. Speaking, like we're having a smaller event here. There's probably only 25 people. Making sure that you talk with everybody, knowing what they want to do, conversating with them ahead of time to find out what type of things they want to study, and then having conversations with them throughout the whole time. Brother B here, he does experiments in his sleep on people. I mean, I heard he's in the cabin next to mine. I heard him in there while he was dreaming, talking to people, doing experiments. He's always, thinking. Even in his sleep, he was in there talking to somebody. I don't know who it was, but that is a big thing that he has taught me. Always be aware of your surroundings, and always have at least 3 itineraries with everything you're doing.
Flexibility.
Yeah, exactly. Be learning all the time. You can carry, especially at the age I'm getting to be, I can carry immense more in my head than I can on my back. What else? You've been here for 4 days. What do you think?
What has been your favorite meal so far?
Oh man, I don't know. The ladies
Good
here,
food.
oh my goodness, they can cook. Just like for breakfast today, we had scrambled eggs, biscuits, turkey bacon, and oh, it was so good. One day we had them pumpkin pancakes. They were so good.
Taco salad.
Taco salad last night for supper. Lunch every day is
grilled
usually
chicken.
Yeah, grilled chicken that one night.
Good.
That was really good. And they had several different varieties of grilled, different flavors. Black eyed peas, mashed taters. They had jalapeno cornbread muffins. Oh my goodness, they were good. They were so good with them black eyed peas. I mean, I've gained 10 pounds since I've been here. But yeah, that's another morale booster if you have a event, is you always, and in this particular situation with this group, they do a lot of their meal prep ahead of time. And because we have electricity at this event, they have a freezer and a refrigerator to keep some of it, so it's easier to prepare. They have a schedule of people who will do the cooking for each meal. And lunch is kind of up to you. You do your own lunch. You just go to the refrigerator and make whatever from leftovers. But breakfast and supper, they have a list of who is cooking, and then they have a list of who is cleaning. And they're always different people. That way the same people that are cooking are not the same people who are cleaning. So having all that written down, and then there's actually a list of what the expectations are for each category. So having all that in writing is a real good practice to do, because it just makes everything simpler. But man, as far as my favorite food, goodness, oh, maybe that lemon pound cake. Oof, they got some good homemade lemon pound cake. But one of the ladies is making homemade pizza for lunch. Homemade pizza dough, everything for lunch. It's gonna be good.
And that's why I was asking the question.
Yeah, because that is a humongous morale booster.
Huge morale booster.
We discussed in the Hurricane Helene briefs that we did how such simple things can be humongous morale boosters, from your faith to the food, especially in a situation where you don't get hardly any of either one. And you have to, the psychological aspects of a bad event, whether it be losing your job or a hurricane and anything in between, the psychological effect is humongous. And having that already included in your preparedness is a huge deal, even if it's nothing but board games, if it's nothing but some frozen chocolate bars. You know, a morale booster is a huge thing to help keep everybody psychologically sound.
Yep. Any last things you want to add? I think we kind of hit on everything.
I think we've done pretty good. I would do something. Whatever you're doing, do something. I personally believe there's some big things coming, and maybe one of these days we'll do a little more talk on that. But be doing something. Number one, faith-wise. Number two, preparedness-wise. Anything's better than nothing.
Yeah, there's a lot of, as I was sharing with y'all before the MAG class yesterday, there's a lot of available open source intelligence that's out there on the street.
Tons.
That there's so many threats right now. You know, it's kind of like having one accountant and 50 accounts they're managing, and they get overwhelmed. Well, it's kind of like that on the street right now. There's so many entities. There's so much infighting between entities of different levels of local, city, state, and federal agencies that are infighting, trying to block one another from the law enforcement and judicial sides, and it goes on and on and on. And it just comes down again to
Your 5 mile radius.
Your 5 mile radius and your
You gotta
community.
start there first.
You and your family, that's your tribe. And
You gotta start there first.
how you go take care of each other. So keep the pedal on the metal. You know,
Keep doing something.
I don't care how tired your foot gets. Borrow your friend or your spouse's foot and put it on the pedal. Keep that baby rolling.
I am truly blessed that my spouse is totally on board, and Miss Otis helps me immensely. And not everybody has that same advantage, but
True.
rely on your family as much as you can.
Yeah. Because if you go down, someone's got to step into your place.
She's my first backup. She's got my
And
6 and everything.
They got to know all your passwords. They got to know your safe combos, where all your plans are, how you were going, what were your thoughts, and what you wrote down.
Yeah.
And most people are failing. I foot stomp and wall knocked every time I think I mention plans and training. Plans are critical. You know, if you don't have a plan, then what are you planning for?
Exactly.
You know, get up and leave the class now kind of thing. All right, brother.
As always.
It's lunchtime again.
Yes. Oh, got to eat again.
You gotta
Oh
go
my
eat.
goodness. You want to do a little pan
Yeah.
though and show them this beautiful
We'll-
God's
we'll-
country?
We'll give you a pan.
Try
Kind
not to
of
make you too seasick.
quick. Let me spin this thing around. All right. Here's
Our accommodations. We've been really fortunate. We got to stay in some really nice cabins. That's the bathhouse in the middle, where a lot of people, they stayed in tents. We were celebrities on this trip, so we got a little bit better.
we have to sleep in wooden bunk beds.
Yeah, wooden bunk beds with foam mattresses.
Yeah.
But it was dry. It was warm. That's one of the beautiful pastures with some beautiful black Angus steaks out there. Then there's a beautiful mountain up there to the west. I don't know how well you can see it.
We were using night vision last night, and we were able.
We were looking at houses up there on
way up on top.
Yeah, you can barely see it with the naked eye now, but we were peeking on them with some MVGs last night. It was fun. Give them a brief span of the other. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Be careful who we show.
Yeah, we're kind of cautious
of who we put on
of
film
who we
and
put
we
on
don't.
film, and not
without,
to protect their identity because they're juveniles.
Some of them are minors, and
yeah,
so we have to be careful with some of that. But
Mike
can tip up over them. Give them a sky shot.
Give me 1 second. They're almost out of view. All right. So over here is where the training inside the big building, the little big building.
Yeah.
And then
where we held most of our classes
in
the mess hall.
Yeah. And a bouncy castle for the kids.
Because you have to incorporate everyone in your family, your children, your grandchildren, everybody has to be included. And you know, this group does that on all different kinds of levels. But
you can see on the far side some cabins and tent cities where folks. We had folks here from Montana, Minnesota, Alabama, Georgia,
Tennessee.
Yep.
There's one of our nice Jiffy John facilities.
Yeah, we had one porta-john. There were other bathrooms, but a porta-john was brought in. And here you can see the open field. I think next year, if we do this next year, get invited, I think I'll incorporate a drone.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Into
that way we could fly up and we could look at there. Because there's a pond on the other side of the tree line where you can do some fishing. Some of the kids were over there yesterday and caught some fish. And then the shooting range is past that on the next tree line. So we could definitely include a drone into that. But we were playing with the MVGs last night and getting, I don't know, at least 100 yards.
Yeah, way up past the tree line.
Yeah, because we could see the tree line, no problem. And we were up there at the facility where the classes were being held. We could see the trucks, we could see the soccer goals, we could see all that, no problem. And these were inexpensive MVGs. We had, 4 different kinds, anywhere from 500 down to 100.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And they were all working, all at different levels, of course, but they all worked good.
Yep. So that's kind of the 360 view.
There's Miss Otis over there trying to get a cow for a friend.
She's over there doing some cow talk.
Yeah, she's bad about that.
Yeah, I wonder what the cows are saying.
I gotta watch her. She'll try and sneak one home. She is an animal lover and a half.
Yeah, they have 7 o'clock in the morning, man. They're out there singing.
Yeah, they're mooing like crazy.
The roosters are singing and the cows are singing. Yeah, it's beautiful out here. We're not too far from Lookout Mountain.
No, in fact, that is part of Lookout Mountain up there.
Up here.
Yeah, that is part of Lookout Mountain.
Yeah, so probably less than 5 miles, maybe.
Yeah.
So.
And it is some of the good Lord's beautiful country.
Yep. All right, brother. We're gonna close it down and go eat some homemade pizza.
Go eat some. Y'all be safe.
Appreciate you, man.
Yep. As always, anytime I can help, if I can ever help anybody.
Yep. It's all good.
Yep.
Keep preparing. Hit like, share, subscribe, and don't send money. Return to sender. Don't forget to give thanks and always remember we're blessed people. Bravo Echo out. Thank you for checking out the Hope for Survival YouTube channel. If you are new to Hope for Survival, you can check out our books at our webpage. Book 1, which is Hope for Survival, Getting You Prepared for Disasters, and Book 2, Hope for Survival, The Mindset, are both available for order on the website. We also offer the Hope for Survival football stick, which is a memory stick set up as a digital filing cabinet with files already loaded on there for you to digitally copy items such as deeds, auto transcript for ownership, wills, living wills, loans, banking information, items that if your home burned down or you had some form of a disaster, you could have all your important papers already digitally filed on this stick. All you do is simply drag the digital file into the appropriate preset folder so that you'll have it in the event of a disaster. You have to flee your home in a hurry, or also if you're away from home and you need critical information that's personal. If you have your memory stick with you, you can put it in your computer and pull that information up wherever you may be. Again, you can find these items to order at our website, https www.hopeforsurvival.com, or you can email me at preparedness101@protonmail.com, and I will try to help you out. Again, thanks for checking out the Hope for Survival YouTube channel. Hope to see you again.